Everyone, welcome to tonight's post-match press conference after a game against Toronto. If you like to ask a question, please raise your hand. We have head coach Pascal Jansen. We'll get started with Shane.
Hey coach, Shane O'Brien, AM New York. Congrats on the win. I guess similar in some respects to the Atlanta game in that you picked up your level after halftime. What did you say to your players at halftime, and are you concerned by those kind of, flatter first half performances?
It depends on what you call flat performance. I think the opponents that come into our stadium are not willing to lay down and just let things happen. So if you get an early goal, that's always in your favor, of course. But given the fact that they are well structured, well prepared, it takes a little more time. And once you have that momentum, you have that goal, the advantage, you can build from that. But I think you agree with me that the opponents will never open up early and just give you the chances. You have to work for it. And we came from a game against Montreal, which was below our standards throughout the game, especially the principles that we have put in place from day number one were off, and today they were much better.
Go with Michael Allen, followed by Justin.
Hey Coach, congratulations on the result tonight. Michael Allen, Prost International and Blue City Radio. If you can talk a little bit about Hannes Wolf. He scored 6 goals in the last 6 games, really come on of late. What do you count for the resurgence, of his play in the past 6 games or so?
Well, first of all, Hannes is the ultimate team player. We were talking about him just now. His work rate is incredible, especially with our situation playing with Burke as a left fullback in out of possession. So his job is double. He has to support that way as well, and still he's very productive. But I think looking at Hannes, I didn't work with him last season, but he understands the league more than he did before, is what I hear from my colleagues. And he has impact. The outcome is there, and that's something we work on very much during training. Also, the way you finish, the way you get yourself in position, and it works out for him at the moment. So I hope he keeps that momentum.
We're going to go with Justin and then Daniel.
Hey Coach, congrats on the win. Justin Egan, the outfield. Micha played for the first time in a while, and it changed your shape a little bit. He seemed very effective on those underlapping runs. What were you looking from him tonight?
Those things, especially because that's one of his strong aspects in his game. Micha is comfortable on the outside, he's comfortable in the inside. We've been working on those aspects for quite a bit this season. The first half, though, under pressure, I thought Micha had some good decisions, getting away from the pressure and then drive the ball forward, but he was missing out on the options in the middle in order to finish on the other side and get the 1v1s. So it's a combination of both. He hasn't played for us for a while. Of course, he's been with the national team, but he's also been struggling with an injury and wasn't able to keep his performance level as high as it was in the beginning of the season. So you see also with a guy like Micha, he's still a young guy. So we're trying to get some more consistency in his performances, and today was pretty decent, but it's a good start to look forward again.
Daniel.
Hey Coach, Daniel from the City Boys. With the Gold Cup ending soon, there's a good chance we're going to have Freeze, of course, starting again. So I want you to reflect on Romero's 3-game stint and what you thought of his performance.
I'm very happy with Tomas, very happy, and the team should be as well, and I know they are, because he's a good companion for Matt when he's here. If you see these guys work together, it's a real team, the 4 of them, and with Mac, even the 5th one who comes from the second team now and then. So I had no doubt in my mind when Matt had to go to the national team to put in Tomas, because he earned it. He works so hard in training and brings good level also. Looking at the 3 games, Atlanta was a pretty decent performance, and I think we let ourselves down as a team against Montreal, but then even there's one moment with 1-0 down, it could have gone up 2-0. And that was a huge save in that game. And he had a similar save today as well, also on the right hand side, the low corner, and then followed up with another spectacular save. So he's in a good place, and it doesn't surprise me because he works so hard to bring the level to the team, and it's a reflection of what he does during the week, what you guys saw today.
Jonathan, followed by Joe.
Hey, Pascal, Jonathan, AM New York. Just going back to Micha, he scored that goal and he got his second assist of the season this game. What do you think he has to do more to get more goal contributions in this game? And the other question is, did you think he meant his goal?
He will say yes, for sure. It's basically what I said just now. He's still a young guy, and he needs to stay more consistent. There's one moment in the game where he gets into a scrimmage with one of the players from Toronto, and that is that moment when he's still working on, because when these things happen, he tends to float off with his mind and lose his concentration, and that is something that we're working on very hard, and Micha in particular. So that is there's room for improvement there. To get more goals and involvement is about the right timing, recognition of the right moments, like he did today. Similar moment with Kevin in the final goal. The timing of the engagement in the attack is something that we look at as much as we can, because it creates something that is that can create a good outcome if the timing is right and the intensity and the pace of the movement is right. And that was spot on twice today. So I think he meant for it.
Joe?
Pascal, we'll go to the other side of the pitch now. With you talk about how Burke playing out of position, but I think it's safe to say what he's done has been pretty admirable in that spot. But then you see what Kevin has done tonight, trying to come back. How difficult is that for you to kind of go back to what you had?
Not so difficult. Kevin has been out for 41 days, and Burke has done a tremendous job. If you look back at our games, you see that our shape is very fluid, trying to get Justin in other areas, and then Burke back into almost his natural environment as the third central defender. So he's trying to raise the level as well, but he has a different profile than Kevin. So and tonight shows that as well. He was very pissed because he controlled the right winger quite okay today, but there's one moment with this quality player that he was off, and it cost us a goal. But once Kevin was on, and then you see a whole different dynamic going on the left wing immediately, especially when Johnny came in as well, because that opens up the wide area. And we got to see both of them today, and I think they did it pretty decent.
Andrew?
Hi, I'm Andrew Lee with Hudson River Blue. You kind of alluded to it, but you guys have a long stretch of games on the road coming up for the rest of July. You've only had the one away win so far, so what are you looking for, obviously in the first game coming up, but in your kind of road stretch of games, like from the team, different in those games than what's come before, and when you've not been able to get the results that you've been looking for?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because of course that is something that is been talked about on a regular basis as well, because of the away performances so far, but also in the previous season. So it's a topic that has been discussed. If you look at the games that we've played, apart from a few, I think the differences in those games were very, 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 very small. It was very close every game. So we have to make sure that we get on the other end once we go on the road again. I'm pretty confident. That's something that we addressed also in the team meeting today, because we're in the second part of the season now. So lessons have to be learned, also from the away games. And there's a good opportunity this month, because like you mentioned, we'll be on the road for quite a while.